morning. Welcome to day 9 of my 36 for 36 for 36 challenge. Today I'm still doing my miles, but instead of my usual 22, today I'm doing 25. I'm doing 25 today because of a challenge, or really kind of a rallying cry put out there by Critwit. You can check out his YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below. So I'm doing 25 today in honor of George Floyd, who was murdered on the 25th. And Critwit basically put out this, like I said, this challenge, this rallying cry to do 25 miles for justice. I'm happy to do this ride. Not happy, but like, what do you even say? I'm thankful to C-Dub for organizing this. I hate that it even has to be a thing. And I don't have like any kind of prophetic insight, you know? I don't have any, I don't have anything but frustration about the situation and grief. Cycling for me has been this overwhelmingly positive thing, and the cycling community is one of the kindest I've ever been a part of. And I'm especially grateful to cyclists like Critwit, to cyclists like Justin Williams, Corey Williams. These guys are amazing, man. Like, go watch Justin Williams tear the legs off of anybody in a crit. That guy's like my hero. As I was out riding today and putting in some efforts, you know, I felt that feeling that every athlete knows, which is when your lungs start burning, when you can't take in enough oxygen to sustain the physical effort that you're trying to put your body through, and how excruciating it is. But I can stop whenever I want. And it just hit me how scary it must have been for George Floyd to be there, lungs burning, asphyxiating, with no recourse. If he had done anything to retaliate, what do you think that police officer would have done? Shot him dead. And so what was he supposed to do? How terrifying. That's all I can think about. I think for me right now, it's just a time to kind of listen and to ask how I can be helpful. I was teaching this summer class at the university where I work, and this young woman of color and I were talking after the class had finished up. We sat down after the class was over and had coffee, and I asked her how her experience had been at the university. And where I am is a very, very white part of the country. It's a very, very white school. And she said, yeah, that a lot of the students of color felt ostracized, that a lot of them end up moving off campus, which is actually pretty rare for this university. I asked her if she felt like she had a voice to say these things. And she said that the university had been so generous to her, that the university had provided, you know, financial aid, and she was so grateful to be at this elite institution that she didn't want to speak up too much. I think all of us have periods in our lives where we're involved in power dynamics, where if somebody who was in a position of power would have helped us out, it would have gone much more smoothly. And so I guess that's what I hope to do. My academic training is in the history of Christian thought. And so the way that I view the world is shaped very much by the last 2,000 years of Christian discourse. In Christianity, to love somebody is not to have empty sentiment for them. You know, it's not the warm fuzzies. To love someone is to seek their good. And so, in some way, I hope I'm able to be a force for good, to be a force of love that seeks the good for other human beings. I don't know exactly how that's going to play out in my life. I think this is people are often looking for scripts, you know? People want the kind of action item. Just do this and you'll be safe. Just do this and you'll be a good one. But it's way more complicated than that. It requires prudence. It requires patience. It requires charity. While I'm out on my ride today, I'm thinking about the different social circles I find myself in. And especially with things like cycling. I'm wondering how I can work for the good of everybody. I'm wondering especially what I can do for people of color who are underrepresented in cycling. But I think mine right now is not to do. Mine is to listen and to be helpful in a way that others tell me they need. All right, I'm gonna finish up my ride, get home, get back to work. Be safe out there.